The walk starts in the centre of Keswick. There's the Moot Hall. There's the start of Spoony Green Lane, which leads up the side of Latrigg to the car park below Skiddaw. Spoony Green Lane, going up the side of Latrigg by Latrigg Woods. From this part of Spoony Green Lane already the views are opening up. Still on Spoony Green Lane, now at the side of Gowgill Woods. Now approaching the car park beneath Skiddaw. Here's a great view of Skiddaw. Now at the car park beneath Skiddaw. There's a view of Blencathra. There's a footpath sign to Skiddaw. Now beginning the climb up Skiddaw. Heavy showers are forecast today, so I don't quite know how much videoing I'll be able to do. Monument to Edward Howell at the foot of Skiddaw. In the background there is Blease Fell on Blenk. Further up there are views over Keswick to Derwentwater. There's a view of Skiddaw Little Man. And I'm going on this path here to the main Skiddaw Summit. There's a view over what's called the bank of Skiddaw. Probably the most remote There's a great view there. There it is, Skiddaw Summit. Now is the cloud going to keep above the summit while I climb up there? There's the trig point on Skiddaw, the fourth highest mountain in England, 3,053 feet above sea level. Now what do you think about the cloud not coming down? No views at all, I'm afraid. Another view of the trig point. And there's the view indicator. There's no views. Right on the top of Skiddaw. Just a couple of 100 feet down from the top, and now look at the difference. There's Skiddaw Little Man. There's Blencathra. One of the cairns on Skiddaw Little Man. Yes, I've climbed to the top of that. There's the other summit on Skiddaw Little Man, the lower one. The weather's cleared slightly. There's Derwentwater. It's still very hazy in the distance. There's the cairn on the lower peak of Skiddaw Little Man. And that's looking back to the higher peak of it. That's the top. You can see there Skiddaw Little Man, where a couple of clips ago I took a shot. Now back on the main path for the descent back to Keswick. The weather seemed a bit better, although it's still very hazy. There's Derwentwater. Looking back at the twin peaks of Skiddaw Little Man. There they are. The wind is picking up slightly. The descent will be starting in earnest shortly. But look at these fantastic views. Still on the descent. This is actually the steepest part, the first part of the climb or descent. And over there is the car park at the foot of Skiddaw. And there's Keswick and Derwentwater bathed in the afternoon sunlight. Now the weather seems to have got dramatically better. There's a great view. visibility is improved and the peaks are more sharply defined. There's Causey Pike, over to Grassmore, Drysdale Pike. I now hope to go to the viewpoint on Latrigg, the small summit to the south of Skiddaw, accessible from the Skiddaw car park where I now am again. Now on Latrigg, how's that for a view? There's Derwent Water with Keswick in the foreground. There's Causey Pike. Waite Lake. Further up the path on Latrigg, fantastic views across to Skiddaw. Of course the cloud isn't down now. That view of Blencathra, there's Blease Fell in the foreground. Finally from Latrigg, fantastic views of Clough Head, the rest of the Dodds, and over towards Helvellyn. Amazing. Coming back down the car park, a great view of the path winding out Skiddaw. And there's the Spoony Green Lane and the descent back to Keswick. Now descending Spoony Green Lane. Now at the end of Spoony Green Lane and about to enter Keswick town. Incidentally, I haven't mentioned that Skiddaw is almost certainly the oldest mountain in the Lake District. It must have watched all the others form. Now walking along the road, there's a view of Latrigg that we were on top of a little. Now back in Keswick at the end of the walk.